Hello BB and Clower, the top shooter in the 2026 class, is expected to visit Kentucky. Would he be a great addition to the Wildcats? Let's analyze the news. Lexington is about to welcome a visitor who, depending on how things unfold, could be seen as the next chapter in Kentucky's basketball revival. Clower, a young phenom ranked as the top shooter in the 2026 class and the 25th overall recruit by 247 Sports, has an official visit to the program, scheduled for September 17th and 18th. This news alone is already generating excitement among Wildcats fans, and it's great to welcome good athletes. Clower is exactly the kind of player any coach dreams of having on their roster: a lethal shooter with deep range, scoring ability from all three levels, and a smooth release that appears nearly flawless to the most discerning observers. For a team like Kentucky, looking to reaffirm its position among the powerhouses of college basketball, the arrival of a talent like Clower would be more than welcome. It would be transformative. Coach Mark Pope, who took over the Wildcats with a mission to restore the program's signature spark, has made clear his desire to implement a style of play based on volume three-point shooting. He has even publicly stated his intention to attempt, on average, 30 long-range shots per game, an ambitious goal that was not achieved last season. With this in mind, it's clear that Clower would be a key component to this strategy. His ability to stretch opposing defenses and create opportunities for both himself and his teammates fits perfectly into the system Pope intends to establish, but Clower's impact wouldn't be limited to the court. The recruitment of such a sought-after player also carries significant symbolism. After all, we're talking about an athlete on the radar of giants like North Carolina, Alabama, and UConn, programs historically recognized for their winning traditions. The fact that Kentucky is among his priority destinations reflects the program's continued national prestige. Furthermore, successfully attracting a talent like Clower would be a clear sign that Mark Pope's project is moving in the right direction. Attracting players capable of returning the Wildcats to the hunt for major titles, Clower's visit to Lexington comes at a crucial time in his recruiting process. With a busy fall schedule that includes stops at other elite programs, he will have the opportunity to compare perspectives, cultures, and ambitions before making his final decision. However, few places can offer what Kentucky represents: a global platform for player development, a passionate fan base that packs the gymnasiums, and a structure that has served as a springboard for successful careers, both in professional basketball and beyond. Clower's versatility is worth highlighting as a distinguishing feature in his assessment. He's not just a long-range shooting specialist. He's demonstrated an ability to create plays, work off the ball, and adapt to different situations in-game. This combination of creativity and efficiency is rare, especially in such a young player. For Kentucky, which has always valued developing well-rounded athletes, the presence of someone like Clower could represent a turning point in the team's development. As the visit date approaches, Kentucky fans eagerly await signs that the future may be being shaped in real time. If Clower decides to don the blue and white uniform, it will be more than just a recruiting cut. Will be a step toward revitalizing the program. Denzel Aberdine's move from the Florida Gators to the Kentucky Wildcats is an emblematic example of this new era. In a landscape where the transfer portal and NIL monetization opportunities shape decisions that go beyond the sport itself, Aberdine's choice illustrates how money and competitive ambition are redefining the dynamics of the game. This isn't just a player leaving one program for another. We're talking about a national champion leaving Gainesville for Lexington, an unprecedented and controversial move, but inevitable in the current context. The narrative revolves around not only talent, but also Kentucky's ability to offer something Florida couldn't: an irresistible combination of exposure, financial opportunities, and room to grow within the team. As Gators coach Todd Golden bluntly put it, it was an offer too good to refuse. Denzel Aberdine's decision shouldn't be seen simply as a pragmatic choice, but also as a reflection of the cultural shifts in college basketball. Since the NCAA relaxed its rules on athlete compensation, power has shifted from traditional programs to the players themselves. Now, they can decide their fate based on criteria that go far beyond passion for the team or loyalty to the coach. Aberdine's case exemplifies this. He not only found a team willing to expand his role on the roster, but also offered financial incentives that reflect his value in the current market. For Mark Pope in Kentucky, this acquisition represents more than just a coaching reinforcement. It's a strategic move that demonstrates the program's aggressiveness in attracting talent ready to compete at the highest level. Aberdine, with his championship experience and proven sixth-man skills, arrives to fill a crucial void in the Wildcats' rotation. He won't be just another player on the roster. He'll be a central piece in a project that seeks to reclaim lost glory and return to the pinnacle of college basketball. This move is not without controversy. The rivalry between Kentucky and Florida has always been fierce, and seeing a former iconic Gators player don the Wildcats blue and white is sure to cause discomfort in Gainesville. When Aberdine steps into the O'Connell Center on February 4th, it's easy to imagine the Gators fans expressing their dissatisfaction. Boos and protests will likely echo throughout the gym, but for someone like Aberdine, described by his former coach as a fierce competitor, that kind of pressure can serve as fuel to further prove himself. And herein lies another fascinating facet of this story, the duality between gratitude and competition. There's no doubt that Aberdeen cherishes fond memories of his time at Florida, where he won a national title and built meaningful relationships. However, modern college basketball doesn't allow those emotional ties to interfere with professional decisions, and by all accounts, Aberdeen is ready to embrace that mindset. He knows he'll be met with hostility in his former home, but he also knows he has the chance to leave an indelible mark on his former teammates. Golan has already made clear that his team will be prepared to face Aberdeen, and this stance reflects the spirit of today's sport, adapting to change and moving forward, regardless of the circumstances. At the same time, the episode serves as a warning to other programs. The era of NIL and the transfer portal require schools to be willing to compete financially as well as athletically. For Kentucky, investing heavily in Aberdeen was a clear statement of intent. For Florida, losing such a valuable player to a direct rival exposes weaknesses that must be addressed if they want to remain relevant in the title race. Players like Aberdeen have the chance to maximize their potential, while programs like Kentucky can reinforce their status as sports giants. Let's move forward. Mark Stoops says Cutter Boley's time is coming. I really love what I've seen from him. The Kentucky Wildcats quarterback race is over, but Coach Mark Stoops' words about Cutter Boley make it clear that the young talent shouldn't be underestimated. Although Zach Calzada was officially named the starter for the season opener against the Toledo Rockets, Boley's emergence during training camp is a promising sign for the program's future and, perhaps even for the present. Stoops, always calculated in his decisions, made his confidence in Calzada clear, highlighting his experience and physical abilities as crucial differentiators. He has a powerful arm. That helps, but I think his experience will play a key role, the coach said during his Monday broadcast. Calzada's selection as QB1 reflects the need for stability and leadership as the Wildcats face a challenging schedule both inside and outside. The SEC's resume, including stints at Texas A&M, Auburn, and Incarnate Word, speaks for itself. He's been under pressure and shown he can thrive in critical moments. For Stoops, this is essential when it comes to navigating the turbulent waters of college football's most competitive conference. Stoops' speech about Cutter Boley was equally revealing. While many expected the battle between the two to be a mere formality, the Wildcats coach demonstrated that Boley not only pressured Calzada, but also made significant strides in the final days of training camp. I think in the last 10 days or so, we've seen a huge leap in him, said Stoops, praising the freshman's mental and emotional progress. He was overthinking and worrying about things outside of his control. Now, I see a different person. This transformation seems to have made a significant impression on Stoops. He was full of praise for the young quarterback from Kentucky, noting that I loved what I saw from him. This statement carries weight, especially coming from a coach who has been at the helm of the Wildcats for 13 seasons and knows exactly what he looks for in his offensive leaders. Boley's development not only positions him as a viable option for the future, but also as a latent threat to Calzada's ability to maintain his starting spot throughout the season. The dynamic between the two quarterbacks is fascinating. On the one hand, Calzada represents the experience and composure necessary to guide a team in a highly competitive environment. On the other, Boley embodies the raw potential and energy of someone still forging his identity in the sport. For Stoops, this internal competition is exactly what Kentucky needs to elevate the overall level of the offense. When Calzada is playing, he plays well within himself, the coach observed, suggesting that Boley's presence as a backup could be the fuel needed to propel Calzada to even better performances. But is Cutter Boley's time truly coming? Stoops made it clear that while Calzada is the man of the moment, Boley won't be left in the shadows for long. The coach has repeatedly mentioned how impressed he's been with the rookie's recent growth, indicating he could gain some traction throughout the season, especially if Calzada struggles or faces injury. Furthermore, Boley's youth offers the program a unique opportunity to develop a quarterback who already demonstrates a high level of talent and adaptability. The Week 1 matchup against Toledo will serve as a crucial first test for Calzada and the Wildcats' offense. While the Rockets aren't considered an elite team, they offer Calzada a chance to adjust his rhythm and build a rapport with his new teammates. At the same time, all eyes will be on Boley on the bench, gauging how he responds to the backup role and remains prepared for any eventuality. For Wildcats fans, they already understand that Zach Calzada is ready to lead the team now. But Cutter Boley represents the next wave of talent, and we hope he delivers. Let us know what you think.